Okay, Amsterdam on piano part 2. Before we get started, I just want to say a couple things real quick. First lesson, first part was just the main riff. This part is going to be the verse and the chorus. I'm going to try to go through it without as much confusion as possible. I've done a couple takes already, and so please understand if I make some mistakes or if it comes across confusing, because I get confused with songs like this sometimes. I have a hard time trying to get it across the right way, so please excuse that if there's any mistakes or anything like that. That's pretty much it. So the verses, we'll start off with the verses. There's 3 verses. The second and third verse are played the same exact way. So those of you who know sheet music, in the book, it says, here, try to get that. It says second verse and it says verse 3, C block lyrics. So the sheet music book has the second verse, third verse same as the second. So that's primarily what I'm going off of. Also, pretty much the verses are the same exact thing as the intro and the main riff. So I recommend getting the main riff down first. That way you have be able to play it second nature. So you already know the chords, so I'm not really gonna go over the chords again. I will a little bit, but not too much. So with that said, let's get started, and I'll try to make it as not as easy as possible, I guess. Technically, if you want to go the easy way out, you just play the same thing over and over again, but the verses are done a little lighter. But teach you the way it sounds in the album and the way the sheet music book says. Alright, so first we're going to do the first verse, and so this is played the same exact way, like I said, as the intro, just a couple of different variations. So first off, before you played, but now you're going to play, left hand's going to play B flat instead of D. Right hand, you're going to play, before you play the second chord twice, now you're only going to play it once. And you're not going to play those 3 little notes in between. So you skip those notes, and you're just going to hit B flat. So just like that. Come on. O. Hit F on O. Oh, my star is fading. That's the same exact way you played it before. Come on. Oh, my star is fading. Now, repeat what you just did, but this time you're going to add an F between I and swerve. So, and I swerve out of control. So like I said, you're repeating the riff, you're just adding different things in there, because you do that the second time when you play the first riff, the intro. So, come on, oh my star is fading, and I, F, swerve out of control. Then, and if, repeat the same exact thing. And if I'd only waited, I'd not be stuck here so. That last part, the last chord and the last note, you're gonna play a little slower. Before it's the first for the intro, it's like this. There's not really a space between those two, but now you're gonna add a little space in there. The verses, like I said, basically you're just playing the same thing add a little extra things in there. You're playing it softer, so when you go back into the riff, you can really clearly hear the difference. Alright, so that's verse 1. Now, so I say pause the video, practice that, kind of get that down a little bit because you don't want to confuse the verses. So after that you play the main riff again, but you only play it twice, like I said in the first part. Now it's second verse. The second verse is the same as the intro, but you're going to add one note in somewhere. So it's right there. When you hit that second chord, before you played E flat, F, D. Now you're going to play E flat, F, D, and B. B flat, sorry. So you're adding that B flat note in there. So, come on, so that was the second verse leading to the chorus. So the second verse, like I said, all you're doing is adding a B flat into the, and then that's the same thing. Alright, so that was the first verse, second verse. Second verse, what I just played is going to be the same thing as the third verse. Alright, so now those two are out there. Hopefully you didn't try to confuse them. Now we lead into the chorus. So the last time you play, I've got to get out of this hole. I've got to. Instead of going up and playing that chord, the A flat, C, E flat, you're gonna play left hand's gonna play A flat still, but you're also gonna add an E flat in there. Right hand's gonna play C, E flat, G. So I've got to get out of this hole. Now time, this is a little bit tricky. Once you get it down, it feels natural, but it's a little bit tricky trying to get it to sound right. So what I'm gonna do for the chorus, this part, is I'm gonna go through with the words, and then some people can play it knowing when to hit it with the words. Some people just know it by sound, so we'll do both ways. So after you play that chord, left hand's gonna play F octaves, right hand's gonna play G, C, A. That's on time. So time. Time. Then you're gonna play the right hand chord just before he says is. Then you're gonna play F on is, but just this one note, not the octave. So, but time is on your. For your, all you're gonna do is move the G down to a D. Play D, C, A. So far, but time is on your G octaves side. The G octaves are going to go up to A flat octaves. Right hand's going to play the first chord, C, E flat, G. Now that's not right when he says side, it's a bit delayed. So it's, but time is on your side. So slower, it's good to practice slow, but once you go faster, it feels natural. You know what I mean? So it's like just going back and forth between hands, and it just, you naturally just wanna go the way it's supposed to go. What I was doing before, a common mistake that I was doing, was I was hitting that note right away, so I was going back and forth too soon. You don't want to do that. You want to give it a little break. See what I mean? So if I play the left hand alone, it's going to sound like this. Right hand's going to sound like this alone. But anyway, so it does feel natural. You just need to give it a little bit extra beat. Back and forth between those two chords, or hands rather. Now you're going to play the first chord you play in the song, E flat octaves, left hand, B flat, E flat, G, right hand. Now, this left hand part, you're going to play 3 notes, G, A flat, B flat. Now when you play B flat, right hand's going to play B, B flat, D, F. So that works. Then you just go back and you play the same thing over again. Not pushing you down. It's so cold. This time, don't play those 3 notes. Just go right to the B flat in the left hand. Now, before you go back into the main riff, you're going to play D and G. So that's that, and then after you repeat that, you go to the third verse, which is the same as the second, back into the chorus, and then you're going to go into the ending, which will be the next lesson. For the last couple minutes, so I'm just going to probably go over that again real quick, but for Live 2003, after the first chorus, he just goes up an octave and plays the same thing. Right here, transition down to the lower octave. And then he goes into the third verse, and then back to the chorus, and then the ending will be part 3. But just real quickly, that's pretty much it. Like I said before, I took a couple takes of this lesson because I was getting confused and I don't want to confuse the audience. So it takes some practice to get used to the rhythm and stuff. But once you do it, it feels natural to play it that way. Kind of hit that a little bit faster. It's hard to get up there. That's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and like I said, keep practicing the first part, second part, and then put it all together at the end. But it's gonna take some practice to get used to it, especially if you're not good with doing things with 2 hands. So that's pretty much it. So check out part 3 for the ending, and thanks for watching.